actually, as a coach, what do you think you are? What kind of person do you think you are?
Leader and a trainer.
Exactly. You are a leader, okay? So for me, it's similar to what God's plan is lah. As a leader, actually you serve, okay? Most importantly, you have to serve. Secondly, you need to have courage. Courage to tell your vision, make it available to everybody whom you want to serve. So you have to spell out the vision to everybody. Thirdly, you need to have passion and dedication. There are a lot of failures in business. Seriously, I faced a lot of failures. He's faced a lot of failures. Stress is there every other day. Cash flow, customers rejecting you, all kinds of stuff. So we have to have the passion to continue. Perseverance, humility, very important. We are nobody until our team rises up and does better than us. Then, the credit will come to everybody, but the leaders will step back and say, look, well done. Okay? Exemplary behavior. So I'm also guilty because I'm also a karate coach. You have to set the standard in your behavior, in your actions, in everything. So you have to be exemplary, not just in public, also in private. So again, these are the experiences which I have learned. 7th, discipline. Wake up early in the morning, for me, karate coach, practice my katas. Okay, I'm very, very lazy. So I stopped. I've been doing coaching for about 15 years in my karate school. So I'm helping my chief instructor. So you need to have discipline. So these 7 values, I think, are very, very important.
Can you say them again?
Sure. I'll come back in the end. So in my karate school, which I'm the assistant instructor, there's about 20 to 30 kids, ranging from 5 years old to big kids, 60 years old. So how we coach them is essentially we need to, there's 3 basic areas. It's called basic, where we do all the punches, kicks and everything. Then we have Irushiki, which is the movement. Then we have the kata, which is actually form. So kata is where you see your form. Nobody gets good form without practice and discipline. So we do this throughout the 1.5 hours every Sunday. So with karate, there's this thing called the philosophy of karate. We don't go around when we're black belt, I'm a bloody black belt kind of stuff. No. We essentially hide this fact. It's all about being humble, serving.
Wow.
If you need to defend yourself, you have the skills already because you've been trained. It's very different from MMA guys who are swaggering, right? So essentially, it's a lot of philosophy throughout the years. We learned that in the over 20 years which I've been doing that. So I tell all my charges, don't go around looking for fights. You got bullied, now you show them you can defend yourself, they won't bully you anymore. So my point is that be confident in yourself. Also, the philosophy of karate is harmony. Everybody needs to work as a team. So essentially, when we are doing the group practice and everything, we help correct each other's movements. We want to help each other grow. Okay, coming now to the so when we coach, what do we actually see in our charges and kids? Well, we see like this girl, she can do her punch kicks pretty well. So we say, okay, we will tell amongst ourselves, okay, this person can maybe go all the way up to national level. So we then groom the person how to improve herself by giving maybe additional focus. But that doesn't mean the rest of the group you ignore. You need to see their potential. So as a coach, we need to also guide. Okay, so see the potential, guide them, tell them, look, in your school, okay, you're good for up to inter-school tournament. I will train you to go and do that. You want to do it? Because all these are pro bono. So I would say it's a guide, because they can't see themselves whether they're good or not. Right? You know what I'm saying? Some people are better than others, but when you do, you're always just only so self-conscious about yourself. So as a coach, you can more or less single out, but you don't go and tell everybody this fella is so good. You single them out, then you just groom them to the best of their potential. I think as a leader, as a coach, that is our role. Bring the best out of your team. After that, encourage them to take part in tournaments. So when you're doing all this karate, there's at least 2 a year national tournaments. So we will get them to represent our club and go there. Not everybody wins, but at least go there for the experience, then you know what the standard is at the top level. Training, cannot neglect. So essentially when you want to improve in anything, you need to always train. Just like now, frankly speaking, I'm training my public speaking. In long time I haven't spoken, so tell me if I'm lousy, it's okay. I need to practice. So you need to train as a karate student to reach to the highest levels. So again, it's very clear. You set the goal, okay, within 5 years you can get a black belt. If you're good enough, you can even take part in tournaments and go and represent Singapore. So essentially, as a coach, we just guide them along the way, point them in the right direction. Try not to discourage them. Sometimes when you have ill discipline, you have to give them like, hey, come on, do it properly. So all this is already second nature to me, but I'm trying to lay it out in very clear items, itemize it. So when we train, there's actually two aspects. I'll also touch on it later. I might pass my 5 minutes.
No, go ahead. It's good.
There's two aspects of training: mental, physical. So mental aspect, rote. You get them to do the same thing in their minds, the pattern. Secondly, muscle memory. Thirdly, I know some of your kids, concentration. If they're running around trying to calm them down, we had a few kids who overachievers they disrupt the class. So sometimes, for the benefit of the whole class, we tell them go and sit down. I don't know how you'll do it, but we tell them go and sit down. Don't disrupt the class because they are kids. And then we later address the individual problem. So sometimes we have to take a lot of judgmental decisions, which is for the overall good of the dojo or the school. Fitness is, of course, you are expected to be fit to come for karate. So a lot of times, those who drop out is because they're either too busy or they cannot take it. Okay, so you have to tell them go and practice and train and be fit. And then, of course, with that, it becomes habits. So once we learn all these techniques, it becomes habits. So anybody try and punch me, I know how to block and everything. So it's become like a second nature. And I find that this is a very good counter sport to my running. So I just felt that giving back, I think it's also good. So I'm thankful to Lu Kwang to invite me to come here to talk about coaching. I know a bit about coaching, like 15 years, but never formally trained. So the last one I'll tell you was actually this experience. I had a pretty traumatic experience selling this in Singapore. We sold this hypoxic chamber. It's essentially